For the lying curl, you have so many variations because of these adjustable arms. You see, if you were doing a standing curl, it would be like the cable coming from all of these different positions around me. Because I'm lying, I can adjust the arms and the pulleys up and down like this. I can address the curl from so many directions. We're going to show you all of them here in 1 second. But first, take a look at the 4 basic variations of curls. Josh is doing the first curl in a supinated or palm-up position right now, and maintaining that supinated position the whole time. Now here are the keys. The starting setting is number 8. So it's not all the way down because that would bump into his leg. So it's number 8, and the big thing for every single version of this is that upper arm is not moving, folks. So many times people, as they start to lift, they bring their arm backwards, then they bring their arm forwards. They do all that kind of stuff. Try your best to do just like Josh and keep that upper arm stable. It does not have to smash into the side to stay stable either. You can hold it out in space to simply control its motion so it's static as only the forearm moves at the elbow. So there's number 1. We've got a reverse grip curl, right, where you could just flip over, palms facing away from you, and perform the same thing from the same setting with the same arm position. He could do a hammer curl where he just simply adjusts. There you go. He's adjusted his webbing. And then we could do a supinating curl where he's actually starts in kind of a pronation or neutral, pronation or hammer, and then curls or turns his palm and forearm as he performs the curl. But notice with each one of those how perfect he is at keeping that upper arm in the same place. All right, now here's the first variation with these arms. Is I can simply bring it out a little bit to number 7. And all he's going to do is adjust his arms out a little bit because that's the primary change that was created. So you can't see that too much, but you could kind of envision that as the pulley went wider, his arms went wider, and he's curling from there. Now, as they get wider, they also start to get higher. So he may actually, as he moves his arm away from his body, move it up a little bit. You can see his elbow pointed towards the pulley right here, and his upper arm in line with the rope, kind of. Position number 5. So now you can see he's definitely elevated his arm angle to a new starting position based upon the pulley's relationship now. And he's wider than he was before because of the width of the pulleys that's been generated through the arc that they move. You can go up to number 4. Take a good look at this. Again, not any change in width this time because it hasn't gotten any wider, but they've gotten higher. So he's more forward or up with his arm angle. Okay? Now, number 3. You can see the similar change progressing. Number 2, where he's really angled up towards me now, but his arms are actually not as wide as they were because the pulleys are becoming narrower as they reach the top. And the highest angle, and Josh is going to be glad we're done, the highest angle we're going to do this is position number 1. We will not go all the way to 0 because that'll be too narrow, and that'll force his hands together like this. So, for this standard curl with the palm up, supinated grip, this position number 1 is the highest that will go. Now, it is possible that for the other variations where we do not require a carrying angle, and if you remember from discussing any of the other curls, that when your palm is facing forward, you have a bend in your elbow that requires the grip to be a little bit wider. This is part of your anatomy. When you're in a hammer grip or a reverse grip, that bend is not exhibited. So if he does, Josh, go ahead and flip over to a reverse or a hammer, he might be able to come to the 0 position here for his reverse grip and for his hammer grip curls, but not for his supinated or supinating, which is the rotating one, not for those curls that involve supination at all.